मैं डे टू डे शॉपिंग कैसे करूँ?
Why should people pay for t-shirts or vegetables with crypto?
Which user is more important to you?
The way you're telling the story right now is quite confusing.
I did not understand what the product actually does.
I'm a bit skeptical about the need for something like this.
That dude, this is minimum. इधर से पैसा आएगा, इधर पैसा कमाएंगे.
Welcome to Aptos Accelerator, powered by Emergent VC partner Entler. 4 cities के अंदर 24 टीम्स compete करने वाली हैं DeFi से लेके AI को लेके अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स को 4 जजेस के सामने, जहां पर जजेस हैं Aptos से, साथ में Emergent, PointSwitch और Entler. और यहाँ पर जो टीम compete करेंगी, they will compete for $250,000 and it all starts here. जहां पर first city में we are here in Bangalore.
Bangalore is the Web3 capital of India, as we all know. What do you say? What will they do?
I think one is the weather, definitely. I think everybody here talks about the weather, for sure.
Yeah. Everybody loves Bangalore, and especially why? Because of the weather.
I think one thing that I am expecting a lot more here is more grit.
What they should avoid talking about is way too much about sort of token economics, etc. too early. Because that to me signals that you're essentially maybe chasing the wrong thing.
There is lack of capital in India for Indian founders, but an event like this opens up access to capital to founders that have been working in the ecosystem for the longest of times. And here we are trying to give capital, we are trying to give mentorship, access to a lot of experts, and looking at supporting some of these startups.
The purpose of all of this is do founders find value.
I'm just hoping that great teams show up and the competition is hot. Best of luck, Bangalore.
The teams will pitch for an ultimate test of GTM, tech and founder grid, and only the best teams will move forward. 24 teams, 4 cities, and a 4% chance to win $250,000 in funding.
सभी ऑडिशन के लिए जाने वाले हो, कैसा फील हो रहा है? पहला एक्सीलेटर प्रोग्राम है या पहले भी अटेंड करे हैं? व्हाट डू यू फील?
So this style, इससे पहले मैंने नहीं किया है, and I'm quite excited.
You are तो smiling, you मतलब कोई nervousness नहीं है?
नहीं भाई, just flick it.
पहले कभी किया है ऐसा? नहीं, I'm nervous क्या गट फीलिंग आ रही है? विन करोगे?
It's fine. I mean, जो होगा वहाँ पे देखा जाएगा.
Web3 की ही जीत होने वाली है because we will move forward as an industry. So,
Absolutely. Wish you all the best.
This is the Aptos Accelerator, powered by Emergent.
Bion is a shopping app where you can shop around the world with the top brands, and you earn crypto rewards and you can make payments. We are live with Bion Instant and Bion Pay right now. We have near about 190k users who have accessed our Telegram mini app. Nearly 4k users are active daily. So primarily the revenue comes from the merchant side. Basically, brands whichever we are onboarding, they pay us. Right now we are live with fashion, electronics, travel, beauty, these 4 categories, and plan to make it live with groceries and other things where you can buy your breads, meals and everything with crypto.
Why should people pay for t-shirts or vegetables with crypto? Do even crypto native users, is that what they want to do?
Yes, we have done a lot of research, we have done a lot of marketing, and everybody is go about, अरे यार इतना easy है क्या? मैं day to day shopping कैसे करूँ? So that's big challenging. So that's why the crypto users are finding it very easy कि मैं चलो मेरा crypto use कर सकता हूँ day to day use के लिए.
Given there are multiple areas that you're still working on, what would translate to becoming a long-term moat in a business like this?
So supply side is quite sorted for us. But on the consumer side, yeah, of course, it's challenging. Since we are building an integrated application, we are offering cashback. Along with that, we are offering payments and credit so that it becomes a one app. So that's the meaning of Bion actually. Bion is nothing but buy in one. So that's the thing that we are aiming, where user comes in, it doesn't go out. And that's the reason why we launched the point system also, so that he opens our app for 3-4 times a day at least and collect those points.
Is it fair to assume that today the user base, one is people who are farming the product for points. Number 2 is, as you mentioned, millennials who got some capital and now are looking to off-ramp that capital through creative means. Which user is more important to you?
People who shop always will be lesser. So we want both the people actually.
I like what you're doing, Nilesh. I'm a bit skeptical about the need for something like this to go very mainstream.
My name is Nitin Narkhede, and I am founder and CEO of Rightsfully. We are building rights and license management platform at scale. Everything is IP out there, right? Management of IP and all these rights is a very, very complex and challenging process today. The software that is being managing this itself is around $1.2 billion market. Anyone can create a feature film today on AI, and it has already started. Now, imagine this market growing 10x from now. That rights management software, which was traditional, will not be able to handle this kind of a load. enter Rightsfully. Rightsfully is a platform which is decentralized, which is supported by AI, and it is absolutely democratized to handle the rights and license management at scale. We are using the components of blockchain to tokenize the entire rights.
You shared a lot about rights. I did not understand what the product actually does. Like what is actually happening?
So the platform actually first onboards all these rights which are owned by the rights owners, right? So it has an ability to ingest, it has an ability to create, it has an ability to completely manage the metadata related to that particular rights or that particular content, right? Once that content is in the system, then you have a buyer coming in from other side who would basically deal either offline or on chain, online, right? But he will have an ability to now interact with the system and manage, negotiate those rights and buy those rights.
How is it different for an AI production versus a typical production? What's the new problem that has emerged?
Blockchain has changed a lot of stuff in this.
Sure.
It has created a new markets, it has created a new infrastructure, it has created a certainty of the ownership without basically interaction. The AI is simplifying that operations.
For you to get kickstarted in an industry like this, it would require for a large enterprise to kind of adopt you.
Yes, absolutely, I agree, and all my discussions are with them, and all my advisory which have been onboarded are basically connected with them.
Sure.
Nitin, the general direction is good, but the way you're telling the story right now is quite confusing. And I think that itself needs to probably be simplified a lot.
What I would have loved more is your product. What does it do? Like, how are these users moving? What is happening? What's going on chain?
Thanks for that.
Thank you.
Imagine picking up a luxury chocolate, a diamond ring, or a bottle of cold pressed oil and instantly knowing where it has come from and how it was made and whether you can trust what's printed on the label, not because the brand says so, but because it's verifiable on chain. At Carpine, we are building digital product passports for Web3 era. If it is India, there are about 20 touch points before the product reaches the end customer from the manufacturer. And if it's a Western world, there are about 40 touch points. We follow the GS1 standards and capture where is it happening, what is it happening, why is it happening, and when is it happening. These coordinates are captured using blockchain and IoT technologies. As the product moves from point A to point B, these coordinates are put on blockchain and can be verified easily with a single scan. We have the competition from players like Everledger, Every Denison, Atma Dioto, and Aura, but these players operate in a specific vertical like diamond or fashion or food and beverages. We have the advantage of being chain agnostic as well as sector agnostic.
You mentioned Everledger and others.
Yeah.
Is the main difference you're saying they are focused more narrowly and you want to do it broader?
Exactly. So the competition which I mentioned.
Would they agree with you?
They may or they may not, because we want to go sector agnostic. We don't want to restrict and address a small portion since we are physically going to be in Belgium addressing the EU market.
The fact that something is counterfeit or not, I think people are very okay with knowing that if you have a code, you can check it's counterfeit or not. But my entire supply chain, where things are done, maybe I don't want that information to be fully public.
Counterfeit is one extra benefit you arrive out of DPP, but the main thing is they want to know from where the product is coming, how it is being manufactured, child labor, and post interaction with the customer. Once the customer receives, there should be the second life.
There are two types of situations, right? One, either you are a cost center or you are a revenue center. In my opinion, it's more of a cost center right now. So you will be exposed to severe competition. As you rightly said, that being maybe sector agnostic might just be a good policy here.
Good focus on Europe, right market.
I think you have a good bet here.
Today, we are here to talk about trading for the next billion. Trading is not just a financial transaction. It's about economic access. If you do it correctly, you can increase your wealth, you can manage your risk, you can even express your opinions very strongly. Despite that, it's kind of locked out for most people in the world.
We realized that we are looking at three types of users. One, the users who are Web3 native and who are active in crypto trading. The second ones are Web2 traders who access the market regularly but are not well versed with Web3 community. And the third ones are the people who are curious about trading but intimidated by the risk and complexity associated with it. Hence, Flick.
Flick is completely creator driven. What this means is creators, influencers, they create markets on Flick in real time based on their interest, expertise, and audience.
Now, how are we doing this, you might wonder? We have two levers here. One, creator-driven. And the second lever being, we started Flick when we thought about it that we are not represented well enough on other platforms. Our interests, whether we care about Bihar elections, whether we care about K-pop, whether we care about Aishwarya Rai and Abhishek Bachchan getting divorced, right? It might be just that simple. It was not reflected on Polymarket at all. Flick is just not for football. Flick is for anything which you want to trade on, which you love.
How much would a creator earn, and what are some levers his or her earning would be based on?
So first of all, every market which the creator creates, the revenue of the protocol, half of it goes to the creator.
And we do have a lot of referral programs where if you're a creator, you can get, refer others, as well as, let's say you don't want to be a creator, but you have a large following, and there are a lot of those. You also want to share, so creator and them can collaborate. They can also get an access to it.
Tech is sorted, idea seems to be validated, but more work need to be done around BD and how you can retain like creators.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
At Digital Asset Network, we are accelerating ownership-led digital asset economies to launch and scale 10x faster. Our goal is to simplify ownership. We want these assets to be tradable, usable, and transferable. Unlike fungible tokens, non-fungible tokens can only work with one protocol at a time currently. So the solution to this is standardization across different layers, much similar to how Shopify did it for e-commerce. The reason dance stack is so attractive is because devs don't have to deal with 10 different toolings.
Who looks at growth of that asset? Is it the brand or is it you?
It's their own. So we are having a twofold approach here. That's where we are building community platforms where we can bootstrap communities, which will ease community or user adoption for businesses. But eventually it's business owners to bring in more asset and transactions within their ecosystem. But it is also in our interest to kind of grow the ecosystem around so that more and more transactions settles on DAN protocols.
What are the top 3 verticals that you will be focusing on and why?
We started with gaming, but we have seen a bit of downfall in terms of economy. Education becomes one of the focus. These platforms can run on its own. It's more about just the community aspect. There is no technical development. So Deepin and RWA is what I think has a more of a digital ownership, sustainable business pathway, and we will be following that direction.
Can you pinpoint a problem that you're solving for?
So within education, we are increasing their revenue because they don't get exposure to outside of their local market. They are limited to Udemy and others for global site of distribution.
If you have a very clear-cut understanding of the pain points you're solving for both the sides, right? I think that seems to be very critical in this scenario especially.
We are essentially building info-file layer for gaming. Attention is the most expensive form of human capital, and everyone fights for it. With tens of games launching every single month, people are fighting for the same audience and the same mindshare all the time. So they want to give incentives to capture the mindshare of people. So we actually present our solution, which is called Conso. So it's basically an AI gamer graph, which acts as a intelligence layer for gaming. And using the data that we have created, we are actually building out intelligent models that not only handle matchmaking with the right games, but also help you effectively promote them and then drive in other users for them.
First of all, very exciting to see such a product coming from India. With the incentivized attention, there comes a lot more noise, right? That makes it very difficult to identify real trends. So how are you trying to address this issue?
I think at the end of the day, it all boils down to what the product, the brand is selling. Because if the product is bad, no matter how much marketing spend we do, it's a waste of time, right? But what we are promising brands is, during your 0 to 1 journey, we will help you drive that initial critical mass so that people talk about you.
I like the concept that it's a strong data play, right?
Yeah.
But any data play requires a critical mass that you need to achieve. I think that's where, I think the moment you achieve critical mass, I think there's a room for a lot of network effects in a business like this, right? If you get the mass on the user gamer side, you'll get the right brands very organically. Probably might not even have to put in a lot of effort, which is amazing.
Thank you so much, guys.
तो वामसी ऑडिशन कैसा था?
Yeah, it went well. Better than expected.
So पहले जब बात की थी तब मैं नर्वस नहीं थी, स्टेज के पास नर्वस हो गई थी.
पिच करने से पहले मैं लग रहा था यार इतने कैमरा वाले इतने लाइट्स है क्या है. और
तो मतलब जजेस को कैसा लगा, मतलब आपने जब आइडिया पिच किया?
This is the first time we are pitching to the judges and they received it well.
मेजॉरिटी में देखे तो they liked our project.
क्या लगता है जीतोगे?
Definitely.
Yeah, we put in the best effort. तो अब देखेंगे क्या होगा.
क्या लगता है, are you gonna win?
Yeah, I hope so.
All the best.
Thank you.
The teams have given their best shot, and Bangalore is looking good here. But let's see how the judges feel.
Indian founders not too great with pitching. Not everybody was able to pitch as well as they can. How many people there had a business model slide? That dude, this is minimum. इधर से पैसा आएगा, इधर पैसा कमाएंगे.
But more importantly, I think they're just slightly away from the market realities. Most of them are still to kind of figure out, they're somewhere close to PMF, but definitely not reaching PMF, at least today.
There is too much going on for my taste, at least. It's thinking too far ahead about all the ecosystem things. But is the very first thing working well? Is it deep enough as a use case? Is it broad enough in the market?
I think all the pitches that we saw, they were all like really great builders. They were fighters. They had figured out something, but now they need to focus more on GTM. They need to focus more on business model.
We all know for the last 7-10 years, people have tried that. It's very hard. Good thing is today they're buying into stable coins much more. Earlier it used to be, I just want to have a fiat interface. Whatever you do in the background, you can write to chain, etc. Give me a fixed cost. I don't want to deal with tokens, volatility of gas costs, etc.
It's interesting that the blockchain use cases have really expanded.
I've seen some demo days in other countries. You still see, very hardcore DeFi or infrastructure products, but here we are able to see products that are more real world,
application,
has potential impact.
AI, most of them like used and integrated it very well. Blockchain integration again very viral. We need more consumer products like what they're building for India.
The focus for us is them to identify that story, put it in the pitch deck and reach out to VCs.
Absolutely.
There is nothing else we want to talk about. It's going to be tricky who those top 6 are. The ideal goal was to select 1 from here, but I have 3 in my list. So it's going to be tough.
While the pitches were going intense, we hosted the Web3 community parallelly to share insights and bring the spirit of Web3 together with Web3 Bingo, content creator challenges, networking, and interactive sessions on crypto trading and reading the markets well. Blockchain as a technology is shaping what's next, and anyone building in Web3 is taking a very long leap of faith. The teams that get selected will move to a 1-month accelerator where they will get mentorship to fine-tune their GTM, tech and storytelling. The judges have a lot of feedback for the teams. Kya lagta hai? Which teams will make it to the accelerator? You can let us know which was your favorite team in the comments below.
Bangalore set the bar, but I'm expecting other locations to really crush it.
Next destination for Aptos Accelerator is Delhi, in search of the best Web3 builders in India. Like, share and subscribe. Abhi ke abhi.